Sam here from Sheridan Computers. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at Synology NAS devices, or specifically the Synology DiskStation DS220 Plus. If you follow my channel, you'll notice that I use TrueNAS quite extensively. We use it for a lot of client solutions. Sometimes it's just a little overkill, and people are looking for a NAS device that they can just whack a couple of hard drives in, quickly configure the RAID array, and if there's some apps for media streaming, for example, then all the better. So I believe Synology offers a good solution for this. Before we do have a look at it, if you'd like to hire us, head across to our website, sheridan.co.uk. Click on the Hire Us button at the top of the page. If you fill out the form and you leave some details on what you're looking for, then I'll get back to you with whether we are able to help. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. If you hit the notifications icon, you'll receive notifications of any new videos as they are released. So with that out of the way, we are going to be unboxing a device, sticking some hard drives in it, and we'll take a look at it. Before we do that, let's head across and take a look at the specifications of it. So the Synology DiskStation 220 Plus. Let's jump in and take a look at the specs. So Intel Celeron CPU, single CPU, 64-bit, dual core. We've got 2 GB of RAM, expandable up to 6 GB, total of 1 memory slot there. Storage drive bays, we have 2. So with this, it's only having 2 drives, you're going to have 2 options. Put 2 drives in and stripe them. So if you've got 2 4TB drives, you can use them as a single 8TB drive. Or you can use them as a 2 4TB drives, and the total capacity will give you 4 TB because they're going to be mirrored. So there'll be an identical copy of each other for redundancy. Compatibility types, it'll take both 3.5 and 2.5 inch drive sizes up to a maximum of 108 TB for a single volume. They are hot swappable, so if you've got it in RAID 1 mirrored for redundancy and one of the drive fails, you don't have to shut the unit down. You'll just be able to pull the drive, replace it, push it back in. What else have we got? So we've got 2 RJ45 ports, gigabit for link aggregation and failover. We have a couple of USB ports, USB 3 you might add. File system supported, BTRFS and X4 for internal drives. We've got the size of it. It's quite small. We'll take a look at that in a second. System fan mode, full speed, cool, quiet mode. Got adjustable brightness, power recovery, noise level. We'll see how that is shortly. So it does support Wake on LAN, 60 watt power supply. We're good to take a look at the software side of things. Scroll back up here a bit. So yes, supported RAID types. Basic, JBOD, just a bunch of disks. RAID 0, which is striping, or RAID 1 for mirroring. RAID migration, basic to RAID 1. Supported protocols, SMB, AFP, NFS, FTP, and WebDAV. It's showing the maximum concurrent connections, Windows access list, etc. So you can have the full details of exactly what's included here. Add-on packages, so you can add on antivirus and things. Now, one thing that did catch my attention with Synology, go ahead and grab this window. Security. They offer a bug bounty program, so they are quite serious about the security of their products. Now, this is always good to see. And they also have a current list of security advisories on here, so you can keep up and make sure you're up to date. So I like the fact that they take security quite seriously, and that makes me want to actually give their product a go and try and use it. I guess the next stage would be to unbox one, put some hard drives in it, and see if we can find it. So let me switch this screen across. So, as you can see, it comes fairly well packaged. Let's go ahead, pull it out of the box. Now, this device is quite small, to be honest. So, like I say, we use NAS and stuff, but yeah, this thing's very small. It's quite sturdy. So, take that out. What else we have in here? So, we have a US power lead, power adapter, and a network cable. 2 network cables. We have some screws. Using the hard drive screws. And there is a quick installation guide. Just go ahead and put the box out of the way. So, looking at this guide, pull the front off, slide the trays out, set the side up, push it on, put the sides of the tray back on. Okay, let's see how we do that. Take that off? No, so yeah. There was no force at all necessary for that. It was very easy to come off. So, as you can see on the inside, push it back on. Not sure how to do this. Just as such. So them lugs basically line up the trays to push on. So if we take that off, one of these out, let's say push. Okay, so I was pushing down like that. That means push backwards and pull it out. That gives you the hard drive caddy, and it said pull these things off. Pulls off like that. Take note of which around it goes. So it goes in that way. Right, so we have an hard drive here. This is a 1 terabyte Western Digital. It is a NAS drive, and yes, I'm aware these drives are crap. That's why we have so many of them. So let's put it in. Such. Now, as you line the drives up, you can see the holes align as such. These have little extrusions on them, which pushing to there will hold the drive in place. So no screws needed. Get on. So clips in place like such. Which way around did it take it? That way. So put it back in. The drives that way around. Clip in. Go ahead and do the other side. Now I do like that there's no. These drives are identical. So I do like that there's no tools required to do this. Literally just pop your drives in. Make sure the holes are lined up. Yeah. Clips in. Then for this side, just line them up. Clips in. So with the NAS unit, it's in like so, and the drives are in. I suppose I might as well put the front cover back on. There it is. There we go. So yeah, it's literally very tidy and small footprint, to be honest. So yeah, it's not going to take up too much room at all. Obviously, there are different models of these things. This is the DS220 Plus. There's a 120, so the 120 only takes one hard drive. Obviously, you get no redundancy with that. Let's go ahead and power it up. Let's plug the on the back. Actually, let's have a look over it. So we have a USB port on the back. We've got the 12-volt power jack. There's a factory reset. And we've got LAN 1 and LAN 2. As you can see, there's a quite a large fan in the back of there as well. Let's plug that into LAN 1. Let me just pause this while I go and find a UK power lead. Actually, I have one on the floor here. Line. The 12-volt main supply in. So you can see on the actual power adapter itself, there's a power light. I do like it when they include them, so you can see if the adapter's faulty or not. I have power on the front. There's USB on the front, and then status, LAN 1, LAN 2, disk 1, and disk 2. Power this up. So to set it up, it looks like we just go to find.synology.com with a web browser. Oh, there we go. So it was beeping as it was booting, I'm guessing. It was the blue light was flashing as it was booting, I'm guessing. We can see the status flashing orange now. We've got LAN 1, and we can see we've got both disks are green. Quick start guide gives us options to go to find.synology.com, or you can go to Synology NAS port 5000, or we've got QR codes to find it. So let's give that a try. Yeah, switch this over. There we go. Is this going to work? No DiskStation found within the LAN. We're off to a good start. Oh, it's found it this time. So server name Synology NAS. It's quite a novel way of setting one of these devices up. I haven't done it before. So it's picked up the IP address, MAC address. We've got the serial number, model name, status. So it's showing it's not installed. So let's go ahead and connect to it. License agreement, privacy statement. And we have a nice picture of our device. So let's go ahead and click setup. DiskStation manages operating system running Windows. So yeah, let's go ahead and install that. All data on hard disk 1 and 2 will be removed during the installation procedure. Are you sure we want to do this? Yeah, it's a new setup, so let's go ahead and do that. This should go pretty quickly, to be honest. We've got a fairly fast connection here in the office. So restarting. Okay, it did beep, so it's booted up again. Nice beep sound every time we reboot. Okay, so it looks as if we are installed. So welcome to DSM7. Create an administrator account for this Synology NAS. Create the initial administrator account with the overall control of the Synology NAS. So we go ahead, create this. Test NAS, administrator account. I'm just going to stick admin in it. No, I'm not. You spell it correctly. Go ahead and stick a password in here. So I do like that as you type the password in, it shows you whether it's weak or if it's strong. Okay, so options we have it here are: select what you want to do when there are DSM package and updates available. Automatically install important ones recommended. Automatically install latest DSM and packages updates. Or just notify us. So we'll automatically install important DSM packages and updates only. Create a Synology account to receive more benefit. Okay, let me go ahead and do this real quick. Right, okay, so I've created the Synology account. One thing I did like, as soon as I created the account, it sent me a verification code via email that we had to do first, and you can enable two-factor authentication with it, so that's good. Access your Synology from anywhere. I'm going to skip this for now. Explore other useful tools. Around-the-clock monitoring protection. As a 24/7 monitoring service, Active Insight allows you to check the overall status of your Synology NAS via a web portal and send notifications of anomalies. Yeah, we'll just leave that for now. DSM configuration backup. Regular backing up your system settings allows you to quickly set up a new device or restore settings to existing devices. Yeah, we're just going to leave that for a minute. Okay, so this is quite a pretty setup. This is all drag and drop by the looks of things. Create a new storage pool. So we've obviously the drives have not been used before. This is new setup, so we need to create a storage pool. So we'll go ahead and create one. Yeah, so we've got to create at least one pool. That's fine. So RAID type. I'm going to set it to RAID 1. So we'll stick it in RAID 1. Storage pool name. Give it the old faithful name of tank. Select drives we want to use. Please note following regarding selected drives. We're not listed on Synology compatibility products. Yeah, that's fine. Perform a drive check, skip drive check. Performing a drive check can automatically reconfigure a drive, thereby reducing the risk of data and errors. Might take longer. It's performed simultaneously during storage pool creation. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. That's fine. We've got to actually type this in. No, we can just click marks. So it does want you to stick a size in there. So we've got 926 capacity, even though we've got two 1 terabyte drives in there. Like I said, they're RAID 1, so they're mirrored. So obviously you get half the capacity of the two drives. Choose the file system. Do we want to go with BTRFS or do we want to go with X4? So I'm going to go with BTRFS. Apply that. Warning, all the data on the newly added drive will be erased. Are you sure you want to continue? Yep. So we've created the pool, as you can see. It says optimizing in the background, so we can continue using the system. We've got the progress of how far it's got. So we can see the system is healthy. How much CPU is in use, RAM. Click on the hard drive, SSDs. We can see what drives we've got in there, normal status. We've got logs, test scheduler, so schedule tests for the smart test. Drive health report. So you can send monthly drive health report via email, bad sector warning, so it'll notify you if you've got bad sectors. SSD estimated lifespan notification, quite interesting. Drive database contains information on drive temperature, smart attributes, list firmware, and firmware updates of Synology drives. The system updates the database automatically and periodically. However, you can also update now to immediately update the database, or manual update to update it by uploading the offline update pack. Overview. Get rid of this. Overview, so we can see the storage pool, our NAS, and we look all good to go. So let's close this. How do we create a share then? Right, file station. There is no shared folder available. If you want to go to the shared folder page, create a shared folder, click OK. Okay, so we're going to call this test folder, I guess. My test folder location, volume 1 BTRFS, because we only created one. Hide the shared folder in my network places. Hide subfolders and files from users without permission. Enable recycling, restricts access to administrators only. I'm just gonna do that. Encrypt the folder, no. Enable data checksum, I guess should do that. Why not? Makes sense. And enable file compression. Yeah, there's no reason why not to do that on BTRFS. We can do set a quality on the folder. As you can tell, I'm probably not the best on using Synologies. This is pretty much the first time I've played with one. But it is quite straightforward to set up. You can set the permissions there. So if we've got local users, system internal, local groups. So I'm going to play with this a little bit more. Once I get used to the system and how it works, then I'm going to do some more videos on it. Because I can see we can do domain LDAP integration for Active Directory. So we'll have a look at that. Let me see if I can connect to this. Network. Add network folder. Microsoft Windows. Let's name the server 10.1.10.104. Drag this over in fact so you can see it. What was the folder? Test folder. Administrator password in that we set up. Remember what it was? Password 1, I think. There's our first share. Create new text file, test.txt. This is a test. Save and delete that. We've got the revisions of it in here. So I say I'm going to play with it a little more, do some. I'm going to play with it a bit more, do some videos on it. Once I get a bit used to what we're doing, we can pull up a terminal by the looks of things. Oh, you can enable SSH, so you can SSH into it. Where's the package manager? What I was interested in looking at. Package center. Yeah, okay, let's do that. So all packages. We've got active backup for business. This is one of the things that I wanted to have a look at. Got active backup for Google, active backup for Microsoft 365. I'm just interested in having a look at these to see how they work. You can try the antivirus security from McAfee. So some of them are purchasable and some are free. You can see the backup licenses appear to be free. Antivirus essentials. So you got that you can install free of charge. We've got Cloud Sync, DNS servers, DHCP servers, document viewers. Yeah, it looks like it does quite a lot. Hyper backup, LDAP server, we've got media server, note station, or PDF viewers. There's a lot of stuff in here that I need to play with. Let's say I don't really have a clue at the moment. It can run Apache by the looks of things. Oh, even supports Docker. I've got Git server, MariaDB, even PHP. So let's leave that there for this particular video. Let me go back to the front screen. So that's basically a overview on my first experience with the Synology DiskStation DS220 Plus. As I say, it's a walkthrough and I'm going to do more videos on it. If you did find this useful, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notifications icon so you get notified of any videos that we do. And as always, if you want to hire us, head across to our website, sheridan.co.uk. Next time.